Have you ever set up a Facebook ad campaign only to wonder why it takes a while before you start seeing consistent results? Or maybe you've made some adjustments to your campaign and everything seems to reset like you're back at square one. Every Facebook advertiser faces this challenge because something called the learning phase, the dreaded learning phase. But guess what? I've got some good news for you today. Meta just dropped a major update to this learning phase, and it's going to change everything for advertisers everywhere, especially small businesses running on tighter budgets. Exactly what the Facebook ads learning phase is, why it's crucial, and lastly, what the recent changes mean for you. So what is the Facebook ads learning phase? Before diving into what's new, let's make sure we're all on the same page. The learning phase in Facebook ads is the period where Facebook's algorithms work their magic to optimize your ad campaigns, to find the best people for the lowest cost per acquisition, right? So think of it as Meta's AI system gathering information on your audience, figuring out who's most likely to convert, and fine-tuning how it delivers your ads to get you the best results. So when you launch a new campaign or even make significant adjustments to an existing one, it triggers the learning phase. Meta's AI starts processing tons of variables. How many impressions should each person see before converting? Who in your target audience is most likely to make a purchase or a sign up? What's the best time of day to show your ads? You may not recognize it on the outside, but all these factors are being analyzed. And trust me, there's plenty more. Okay, so here are the challenges of the old learning phase. Previously, Facebook required 50 conversions within a 7-day period for your campaign to exit the learning phase. So if you were optimizing for purchases, you needed 50 purchases within 7 days. If it was for leads, you needed 50 leads under 7 days. You get the idea. But here's the catch. Not every advertiser, especially smaller businesses, could hit that 50 conversion mark in just 7 days. If you're working with a small budget or have a niche product with a long customer journey, this number is nearly impossible to reach. And when you didn't hit that mark, your campaigns would often get stuck in learning limited. I'm sure you've seen it. It's the little yellow sign next to the delivery phase. So seeing this learning limited pop up in your ads manager could make even the most experienced advertiser freak out. It meant Facebook wasn't able to optimize your campaign as well as it could, and that your results might suffer as a consequence. Doesn't mean they'll always suffer. I've had plenty of learning limited that have done well. It just means from Facebook's standpoint, it could have done better if it learned faster. You were left with two options. Continue optimizing for your true goal, like leads or purchases, knowing that you might not get the optimal results, or you could lower your expectations and optimize for something easier to achieve, like landing page views. But that's never ideal, right? You want Facebook focusing on getting you sales or leads, not just clicks. And that's where the update comes in. So here comes in the new learning phase. So here's the big news. Instead of needing 50 conversions in a 7-day window, the new learning phase only requires 10 conversions within 3 days. Let that sink in, just 10 conversions in 3 days. You have enough fingers for that. This change is really significant for small and medium-sized businesses or anyone working with a limited budget. The shorter frame with fewer required conversions means you can finally optimize for what truly matters. So should you really care about this change? Well, it depends, to be honest. If you're being forced to optimize for things like landing page views or link clicks in the past to hit that 50 conversion threshold, now you can actually aim for more meaningful goals like purchases or leads. This means your ad spend is going toward what really matters to your business, not just fluff metrics that don't move the needle towards more sales. And secondly, you can now test and iterate your campaigns more frequently. With the old system, many advertisers were cautious about making frequent changes.
What? Why? Why?
Why? Because every time you made a significant tweak, the campaign would re-enter the learning phase and screw everything up. Now, with a shorter learning window, you can afford to be more agile with your campaigns, adjusting and optimizing every 3 days instead of waiting a full week or more. Does this mean you should make changes more often? Whoa, but hold up for a sec. Just because the learning phase is shorter doesn't mean you should go tweaking your campaigns every single day. Consistency still plays a huge role in this whole game of Facebook advertising. But here's the thing, I know it's tempting to test out all kinds of new creatives, but each new creative adds another layer of complexity to Facebook's algorithm. The more variables you throw in at once, the harder it becomes for the system to make sense of it all. If you're working with a limited budget, keep things simple. Stick to 3 or 4 creatives per ad set. Don't overwhelm it. Think of it like learning to play a sport. In the beginning, you improve quickly because you're mastering the basics. But as you practice more, the progress might slow down. Yet those small gains still matter over time. And it's the same idea with your campaigns. So now let's talk about how to get out of the learning phase even faster. As long as you're hitting KPIs and metrics, the first thing you need to do to get out of the learning phase is increase your budget. This is a pretty straightforward but effective way to speed things up. More budget equals more impressions, which means more data for Facebook to work with. And second, make sure you're optimizing for the right goal. For example, if your business goal is driving sales, but you're only optimizing for clicks, you're probably wasting money. Clicks might bring traffic, but if that traffic doesn't convert, what's the point? Always optimize for the event that aligns most with your end objective. Because Facebook really does put people into separate buckets. So if they know the people who typically convert into sales or purchasers, so optimize for sales and purchases. They know the people that are most likely to become a lead. They know most people most likely to schedule or book a call with you. So optimize for the event that you're shooting for. But now you're probably wondering, when will this update be rolled out to everyone? One of the biggest questions about the new Facebook Ads Learning Phase update is when exactly it will be available for all users. Right now, it's being rolled out gradually. For many users, especially those managing high volume campaigns, the update has already shown up in their ads manager. These early adopters are noticing the new 10 conversions in 3 days requirement instead of the old 50 conversions in 7 days rule. It's also important to note that Facebook has a history of testing changes in certain regions or account types before a full rollout. This is likely what's happening here. Some accounts are seeing these changes early, while others are still in the older system. It seems that Facebook is trying to perfect this new approach before making it official across the board. So if you're not seeing the update yet, don't worry about it. The change is expected to be rolled out more widely over the coming months, especially as feedback and data from early users come in. Facebook tends to make changes to their ads manager based on real-world results. So they're likely fine-tuning the update based on early feedback. Until the update hits your account, you'll want to optimize your campaigns using the old guidelines, 50 conversions in a 7-day window to get out of the learning phase. Once the new system kicks in, it should make things easier. What happens after the learning phase? So what should you expect once you've successfully exited the learning phase? Ideally, your ad should stabilize, meaning you'll see more consistent results and hopefully a lower cost per result. But remember, exiting the learning phase doesn't guarantee success. And sometimes you'll have a lot of learning limited campaigns that really kill it, and you'll be able to scale it pretty far. I've had that happen. It just means that Facebook's algorithm has enough data to optimize efficiently. From here, your focus should shift to scaling your campaigns and making sure your ad creatives remain fresh. So what do you think about this new learning phase? Are you excited to test it out? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. And hey, if you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our future videos on advertising and AI.